So what's up guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the latest in the RE100 line. It is the Hamma Hamma. So after this was teased last year at the Gunpla Expo in November, we kind of didn't really see too much about it for a while, and I was getting a little bit worried, and finally we got to see more of it, and I was just really excited for this, and I still am. So I'm really excited to check this out. This box is huge. This is the largest box in the RE100 line since the Nightingale, since the very first one. They've all been kind of that little bit smaller master grade size box, but this one is definitely a much larger one because this is a very large mobile suit. When we see this in the review, if you guys have maybe seen some reviews of it already or photos of it already compared to other kits, but it's really big. So before we get into this, just once again want to say a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for getting me this kit to share with you guys. If you're living in America, do check out their site. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Pick up this kit. I mean, obviously this is a larger kit, and so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So 10% off, that's going to help, right? So that's something. That's another thing too. I think, would it have been nice if we would have got a master grade Hamma Hamma? Yes, but one reason why I like the RE100 line is that you get pretty much all the look of a master grade at a fraction of the cost. I think if this were to come out as a full-on master grade, it would have been even a larger box and probably double the price. I think as it was now, it was 4,500 yen. I think this could have very easily been 7,000 or even 8,000 yen. If this had been like a full-on master grade, it would be very large and a lot of stuff in there. So I'm cool with it. Here's another thing that I'm very cool with. If you guys saw my unboxing of the Justice Gundam, this is something that I talked about with the box art for that, and I think maybe the Providence and the Freedom as well, but I'm guessing that this artwork for the box is done by the same person because it definitely has that same style that I really like. I like how detailed it is and how the mobile suit is just kind of like slightly weathered, and then we also have all these little light effect parts coming out between the armor panels and things like that. You have all these little light effects. It's a really super cool look. Another really interesting thing here is in the corner you can see the Zeta head from the series, in the anime series, when it actually decapitates the Zeta like that, and then later we get the Zaku head Zeta, which is kind of a very famous point in the series. So kind of cool that they threw that on the box art. I think that was kind of interesting. Here on the bottom of the top, you can see nothing really too special there. It's 007 in the line. Going on to this side, you can see it's just going to be talking about some of the gimmicks and things like that. Of course, it has these kind of cables so you can have the arms flying off. If this kit does look, or if the design does look familiar, it's because the Rosen-Zulu was based off of the Hamma Hamma, so they share that in their heritage. The heritage of the Rosen-Zulu is with this kit. So that doesn't mean that I expect them to make a RE100 Rosen-Zulu. I had heard a couple people kind of mention that as being sort of a possibility. I would say definitely not. They don't share any of the same actual design aspects. I mean, it's all very similar, but I mean, Bandai wouldn't be able to use anything from this kit to make a Rosen-Zulu, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, just showing off some of the gimmicks and details and things like that here. Like I said before, 4,500 yen for the list price for it. Going on to this side, we do have some information there in Japanese and English, and everything's all in Japanese and English, so that's nice. We have the mono eye, which you're able to move there inside the head. Here it is, just standing. That huge shield does look really cool from the side, but from when you're looking at it from straight on, not as much. I think I'll talk about that in the review probably. And we do get these little stand effect parts, these little clear stands for holding up the arms, kind of similar like the HGUC Rosen-Zulu had. So let's see here, let's get this opened up. This is very interesting actually. That yellow looks much more pale yellow than I was expecting, so it's a very interesting shade of yellow. Was not really expecting that. Beam saber effect parts, and obviously just going to be a whole lot of green here. Some stickers, marking stickers, gray frame parts, more yellow, multicolor runner, probably the A runner. Whole bunch of clear parts here for our stands, lighter green color, and then here's our cables as well as more joint and frame parts like that. So here's the manual here. On the bottom you can see there is some more information there, once again in Japanese and English. Again, I'm sure it's all already on the wiki page, so you can check that out there if you're interested in learning more about the mobile suit itself and its history and all of that. You could always just watch the series as well if you haven't. Here's the painting guide there at the bottom, that also in Japanese and English. Just going through the manual here, we can check out the parts list. We're going to be using everything except for a handful of the polycaps there. It's using the same polycap runner as the other RE100 kits. Here's just showing the construction process. Step 1 is going to be upper body, then lower body, and then weapons. So pretty straightforward. So just going through the manual here, I really love this about the manual, how they show like the exploded view of the parts. It just looks really cool. I like that. I like seeing that. And it also shows, some people really like this. I personally don't really care too much about this. Some people get excited about it, but for at least the step, kind of it shows you which runners you're going to need for the step. But when it's like nine runners like that, it's like not really all that helpful. It's like 9 out of 10 runners. So yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot. So then building the head, arms, and upper body's done, then waist, legs. Let's see, just looking for anything interesting. It's all just instructions. You guys can pretty much get the idea of that, but nothing really too spectacular or interesting to point out. And then here in the back is our marking guide for where to put those sticker markings if you are so inclined to use those. Alright, so first up here is our foil sticker sheet, just 3 little stickers there just for pink cameras. I think one's like for like that one in the stomach, and then one's for the mono eye, and then one for another camera there if you're so inclined to use those. Then we do also have our stickers, so as I was saying, if you want to use those, you have a whole bunch of them. A few just like Xeon markings, and then it's pretty much all just generic caution markings, things like that. So nothing really too exciting, but if you maybe aren't using water slide decals, then you can give this a try. SB1 for our standard 1/100 scale beam saber effector parts, this time molded in clear yellow. PC210 for our standard RE100 polycap runner here, just in all standard gray. And then plenty of lead wire here. There's 3 of these, and they're pretty long. I'd say that's probably around 30 centimeters or so long, so quite a lot of that wire we're going to be using. Then we have here runner BA14 just for the clear base. And this is actually from 2017, so I guess this is maybe new for this kit. I can't think of any other kit that's been out this year that has this. I don't think there is, so I guess this is new for this kit. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Right, so I would have been expecting that multicolor runner to be the A runner, but actually the A runner here is just that frame and joint runner here. So this runner is just all in the kind of slightly bluish, darkish gray color. We do have 2 of this runner, so there's a lot of parts on here. And just to give you a look at some of the detail, you can see, if I had to guess, I would say this is parts for like under the toes, under the feet. But you can see a lot of detail on here. And the runner markings are RE100 Hamma Hamma. The runner B is in that same color, and just the rest of the parts here. So some of the larger parts for the joints, also parts for inside the head, hips, and the back of the shield. Lots of nice detail there. Runner C1 here is in a pretty standard green color. I don't want to say dark green. It's dark compared to the other shade of green that we have, but it's just basically regular green. Again, a lot of really nice detail on there. I guess it's not super packed with detail, but the detail that it has is really, really nice. And we also have runner C2, which is in a very typical kind of like Zaku green color, for like the light green for a mass production type Zaku 2 kind of color there. So it's kind of very, very Xeon colors for sure. Runner D here is in that same color again, and it's just a whole bunch of different armor parts. And so we do have 2 of this D runner. Runner E is back to the darker of the 2 greens, and we've just got just more armor parts on here. Huge part there for the top of the shoulder, and so we do have 2 of this E runner as well. Runner F1 here is that yellow runner, so just all the like piping as well as our Xeon logo there for the chest. Really great that they color separated that. They did the same thing like with the Bawu, and so it was kind of expected, but it's just nice that they put in that effort to do that. We do also have runner F2 as well, which is a copy of this half of the runner here. Here we got runner G1. This is some of our red parts. Obviously the main part there for the shield. You can see where that Xeon logo is going to be fitting into there. And then a whole bunch of thruster bells. And then we have runner G2 for even more thruster bells. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't like a lot of monotonous repetition when building a kit, yeah, this G runner is not looking too friendly. And finally, last but certainly not least, the runner that you probably would have expected to be the A runner is actually the last runner. It's runner H here. You've got a few more yellow parts, and I think that is in a little bit softer plastic. Yeah, for that one. The other yellow parts are just in kind of normal plastic rigidness, I don't know, thickness, or anyway, they're not soft at all. But these are a little bit soft. But then we have beam saber handles here, the main part for the shield, a couple of clear pink parts here. So these are parts that are molded in clear pink, but then we have the foil stickers to cover those. So it's gonna be kind of up to you if you want to just leave the clear parts or cover those with a pink foil sticker. And then a few more just clear parts here at the top for the stands for holding up the different parts of the arm. So that is going to do it for the unboxing. This is a big kit, and it looks like it's going to be a really fun one. I'm looking forward to this. If you guys do have any other questions, comments, leave those down below. Yeah, what do you think about this? I'm really hoping that they continue with the RE100 line. At the moment of filming this, we have no news about what the next in the RE100 line is going to be, but we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. So thank you guys as always for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.